The war just took a dramatic turn. Ukrainian forces have not only crossed into Russia, but just obliterated a massive Russian armored assault on their own soil. That's right. While Putin's army struggles in Ukraine, his troops just got humiliated inside Russia itself. New battlefield footage reveals Ukrainian troops ambushing and wiping out a Russian mechanized attack in the Belgorod region. We're talking burned out tanks, destroyed armored vehicles, and even Russian soldiers fleeing in civilian cars and motorcycles after their assault collapsed. According to reports, Russian forces launched the attack with multiple armored vehicles, infantry, and even buggies. But Ukrainian defenders were ready. Hiding in tree lines, they ambushed the column, picking off vehicles one by one. Militarny confirms the Russians were successfully eliminated, or military speak for wiped out. This is a major embarrassment for the Kremlin, proving that even on home soil, their forces can secure a win. But let's remember Russia sent in a big force here. And according to reports, we're talking about at least 2 separate assaults by Russian troops in the area of Shebekino, just south of the Ukrainian border. So why did Russia do this? And why are they using such a bizarre mix of vehicles for this assault? Well, we may never know all the details, but this almost certainly isn't a coincidence. Instead, it fits with other recent reports of Russia throwing increasingly desperate assaults against Ukrainian positions across the front line. And at the same time, we've seen evidence that ordinary Russians are arming themselves, forming local defense units to try and repel Ukrainian incursions on Russian soil. Think of this recent battle as a kind of Russian Stalingrad. It's a major blow to morale for both sides. For Russia, it shows that their forces aren't invincible, that they can be defeated even on Russian soil. It also deals a blow to pro-war sentiment in Russia, showing that this war is far from a foregone conclusion. For Ukraine, is a major morale boost, showing that they can not only defend their country, but take the fight to the enemy even inside Russia itself. Now, militarily speaking, this was a very costly attack for Russia. Burned out tanks and armored vehicles litter the landscape. Most of the Russian forces present are dead or captured. Some flee in civilian cars and motorcycles. Others abandon their vehicles and run away. The attack appears to have been part of a larger effort to break through Ukrainian lines in the Belgorod region. But the timing is odd, coming just days before the 1-year anniversary of the invasion. And there's a lot riding on this anniversary for both sides. Putin needs a win to prove that the war is going according to plan and that Russia is still strong despite Western sanctions. But so far, it's not looking good for the Kremlin. And what does this mean for the future of the war? Well, first, it shows that Russia's defenses are weaker than we thought. Even a relatively small Ukrainian force can cross into Russian territory and destroy a major Russian assault. Second, it shows that Ukraine's morale is higher than ever. They're not only willing to fight inside Ukraine, but they're taking the initiative and pushing the fight directly into Russia. Third, it shows that Putin's army is running low on equipment and resorting to using civilian vehicles and even motorcycles in combat. This is a sign of desperation, but it also shows that Ukraine has really hurt Russia's ability to project power in this war. Finally, it shows that the war is entering a new phase. Ukraine is no longer just defending its territory. It's actively pushing back against the Russian invasion and striking at the heart of Putin's power base. Of course, Russia will probably respond with more attacks. But if Ukraine can keep inflicting heavy casualties on Russian forces, it will eventually force Moscow to rethink its strategy. What's clear is that the situation is rapidly evolving. And in the days and weeks ahead, we'll see more fighting inside Russia itself. Will this push Moscow to escalate, or is this the beginning of a new phase where Ukraine brings the fight directly to Russia? Let me know what you think in the comments, and please follow for more updates.